these 6 areas that your office needs.
Mm-hmm.
That's separate from going after another client who's just for computer skills, for example, for computer-related issues. But it's marketing, it's defining what I can, so and to be more specific about what you guys offer. I mean, diet and physical fitness, that's such a broad category. I mean, it's, really, and you probably could focus real specifically on like everyone else is trying to do, right? Because everyone's trying to figure out where to go.
You have to find your propitious niche.
Yeah.
It's that thing that makes you different, and then hone in on that and never deviate. Jim Collins, I don't know if you ever read his book, Good to Great, and he has a lovely concept about the hedgehog. You have to find your hedgehog concept, which is the hedgehog and the fox. Irving Berlin wrote this thing about the fox knows many great things, the hedgehog only knows one little thing, and he's just determined to do it. That's what you need to do. And most of us are all spread too thin, and we're all chasing things, and we're not really down focused and narrow. And he said that if you could do that, that was one of the factors that turned good companies into great. And he looked at 1,400 companies and only found 12 or 13, I think, that were able to go from good to great. It's a fantastic book. It was written in 2001. That most people have looked at, what are the factors, and that was one of the factors. And I've always thought about that. And I said, yeah, if you're going to start a business, pick that one thing that you're going to drive your business.
What was the name of that, From Good to Great? That's what you said?
Jim Collins wrote it in 2001.
Now, and you're with the Human Resources?
No, I have my own company, and I develop. Started out as being a training and development. I wanted to develop leaders because I felt most organizations really lack leadership, and leadership's not a position; it's right through the whole organization. And the more I kept doing on leadership, the more I kept hearing about this concept about the use of assessments to identify talent. People leave organizations mainly because of lack of fit. And fit is what you should be hiring on, not on skills and experience. But we all hire on skills and experience and interview and do it. And you have Drucker said you have less than a 1 in 4 chance of ever getting it right. But if you use assessments and you look at the total person and put the person in the right job that he's fit for, they are fit for, you'll have a 3 out of 4 chance of getting it right. And it's just about productivity. That's why most organizations are they're mediocre. They never achieve their results because they got a whole bunch of folks who are just good. They're not superior. And mainly because they're in the wrong job. They haven't identified. And once you identify what's missing from good performance to superior, you can then train and develop. So it was a way I was doing things. I said, yeah, I want people to take leadership, but I got to show them why they should take it. They're wasting their money. Spending all this billions of dollars you spend on training and development is wasted because most people don't know why they're doing it. So it's kind of revolutionary because that's what way people hire. You send out resumes, they weed them out, they interview, maybe you do a background check. You got 1 in 4 chance of ever getting it.
But isn't leadership a personality trait?
No.
No?
Leadership is about...
I thought there's always someone in the group,
No.
Well,
Born not made. Born not made.
and-
That's the biggest myth going out there.
Really?
Leadership's about relationships.
Yeah, but I mean, there's usually, there's the alpha male, the alpha whatever, who's
The
gonna...
strongest voice leads.
Well,
Yeah.
there's always someone who wants to, and some people who just prefer to follow. If you have an organization full of people like that.
The research is so clear. Cruz and Posner, they asked 300,000 folks, when you were asked at your personal best, when you were just firing on all cylinders, what did it look like? Just that simple question. And they came down with 5 exemplary practices of leadership. Leadership's about, a leader is someone you will willingly follow. Emphasis on willingly. Like, if I like you, if I trust you, feel you're honest in that, I'll do it. Those are traits, and we can teach, people, we can show them why they're not good at being a leader. And a lot of times, leaders about power, like Trump. Got money, I want to follow. Maybe his character is really flawed. Can't seem to keep a marriage. You can go through things like that. But we mistake leadership on those characters. But anyways, that's what I base all my work on evidence. Take something from the medical field that everything they do in medicine is based on evidence. And evidence is through research and through trial and error and doing good research. That I look at things and what does the evidence say? And a lot of people think leadership's about a trait. You're born that way. MacArthur, you think of all the great leaders out there, and that now there's no doubt that they were a leader, but sometimes power is a great motivator. You follow not willingly, but because someone's going to squash you.
So it's like learned leadership.
Yeah.
Because
So I take that through, as a concept that it's not a position or a role that you play. It's really about everybody can be a leader. A leader as a follower. Sometimes being a follower is a good leader. A leader as a servant. There's a lot of work on the servant leadership model. So there's a lot of different roles that a leader can play. But a leader is essentially is about relationships. And if you don't have those relationships, you'll never be a leader. You may think you are, but you never.